Hello my dear students, today we are going to do chapter number 9, Mental Skill. This is the content of the lesson today. Firstly, we are going to discuss mental addition, then mental subtraction and find doubles and halves mentally. Finally, we are going to do mental multiplication. Let's move to our first topic. It is mental addition. When we add numbers in mentally, we have to find a quick way of finding or adding the numbers in our minds. Let's look at the example. Read the example first. What must be added to 564 to make 800? To get the answer, we have to count on in hundreds, tens and ones on a number line. From the above example, here you can see we are trying to get the answer by counting on in hundreds, tens and ones on a number line. First of all, my dear students, you have to keep remember that when we are counting on along the number line, you have to start from greatest place value through to the smallest place value. Let's count on in hundred first. Here, we only count on in hundreds two times from 564 to 800 because 864 is greater than 800. So we can't go further. Let's try next one. Now we are count on in tens. In hundreds, we stopped at 764. Then now we start to count from 764 to 800. Here we only count on in tens 3 times. It becomes 30. Then finally we count on in ones. Here you can see 6 ones are counting on from 794 to 800. So the answer is coming by adding 200 plus 30 plus 6 to 564. Then it becomes 800. Students, now we are moving to the mental subtraction. In earlier lesson, we learned mental addition by practicing counting on style. Now, in mental subtraction, we are going to practice counting back style through number line. Read the example given. What must be subtracted from 814 to make 500? Let's find the answer. As we did earlier, to get the answer, we have to count back in hundreds, tens and ones on a number line. Let's count back in hundreds first. From 814 to 514, we only count back in hundreds 3 times. It's minus 300. Next, we count back in tens. From 514 to 504, we only count back in tens only 1 time. Then it becomes minus 10. Finally, we count back in ones. From 504 to the answer of 500, we only count back in ones 4 times. It's minus 4. Then the answer is coming by subtracting minus 300 minus 10 minus 4 from 814 to get the answer of 500. Now we are moving to find halves mentally. Read the question first. How can we find half of 1080 mentally? First, my dear students, you have to keep remember that we have to regroup 1080 into 1080. Next, we have to find half of 1000 and half of 80. Finally, we have to add these two results. Let's look at the example. What's the half of 1000? It is 500. What's the half of 80? It is 40. By adding 500 plus 40, the answer becomes 540. My dear students, now we are moving to find doubles mentally. First, read the example given. How do we find double 820 mentally? As we did earlier, to find the halves mentally, here also we have to regroup the number into hundreds and tens to find doubles mentally. Next, we double the hundreds and then double the tens. Finally, add these two results. Let's break the 820 into 820. Then we are going to double 820. What's the answer of double of 800? It is 1600. What is the double number of 20? It is 40. By adding 1600 plus 40, then answer becomes 1640. Students, now we are moving to mental multiplication. When we multiply numbers, we are trying to find a quick way of multiplying the numbers in our minds. Let's look at the example. Now we are going to multiply 600 into 4. Since 40 is 4 tens, students, you have to remember that multiplying by 40 is the same as multiplying by 4 tens. So, we can find the product in this way by multiplying 6 into 4 tens. Then, what is the answer of 6 into 4? It is 24. Then 24 into 10, it is 240. Then answer becomes 240. Let's look at the next question. What is the answer of 6 into 400? As we did earlier, since 400 is 4 hundreds, then you have to remember that multiplying by 400 is the same as multiplying by 4 into hundreds. So we can find the answer by multiplying 6 into 4 hundreds. So what's the answer of 6 into 4? It is 24. Then 24 multiplied by 100, it is 2400. Then the answer becomes 2400.